The power of small habits. How tiny daily actions create massive long-term success. The moment everything changes. You know, most people think success happens in one giant leap. They imagine that one day, everything just clicks. One big decision, one big win, one lucky break, and suddenly their life changes. But that's not how it works. Success, real success, doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you do every single day, even when nobody's watching. Let me tell you something personal. Years ago, I used to chase big moments. I thought I needed to make one massive change to transform my life. One new plan, one bold move, one magical morning routine that would fix everything overnight. And every time I failed to keep up, I'd fall back into old habits, frustrated and ashamed. Then one day it hit me. It's not the big things that shape your life. It's the small things you do repeatedly. The small decisions, the tiny choices, the habits that seem so insignificant in the moment, but over time, they become your destiny. That realization changed everything. Because when you understand the power of small habits, you stop chasing motivation and start building momentum. Chapter 1. The Truth About Change. See, we live in a world obsessed with instant results. We want six-pack abs in 30 days, success in one course, happiness in one quote. We scroll through highlight reels and forget that every champion started small. The truth is, change doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time. Let me give you an image. Imagine a bamboo tree. For years, it doesn't seem to grow. You water it, nurture it, and still, nothing. It stays buried beneath the soil. But what you don't see is that beneath the surface, it's growing deep roots, strong and wide, to support massive growth later. Then one day, it shoots up 10 feet, 20 feet, 40 feet in a matter of weeks. That's the power of small, unseen effort. You might be in your root-growing season right now, working, struggling, showing up with no visible results. But don't mistake silence for stagnation. You're not stuck. You're growing. The people who win are the ones who keep showing up, even when no one claps, even when no one notices. Because small habits compound, like interest in a bank account. Each repetition adds a layer of strength, discipline, and self-belief. And over time, those small habits build a life you're proud of. Chapter 2. The Science of Small Wins. Here's something fascinating. Your brain loves progress. Even a tiny win releases dopamine, the chemical of motivation. It's your brain's way of saying, hey, you're on the right track. Keep going. That's why you feel good after cleaning your desk, finishing a workout, or checking one thing off your list. It's not the size of the win. It's the signal it sends, I'm capable. When I learned this, I started to track micro wins, not giant goals, micro wins. Instead of, I'll meditate for 30 minutes, I started with, I'll take 2 mindful breaths. Instead of, I'll write a book this month, I started with, I'll write 1 paragraph today. And guess what? 2 breaths became 5. 1 paragraph became 10 pages. Momentum took over because success doesn't demand perfection, it demands consistency. Think of it like brushing your teeth. You don't do it once and expect lifelong results. You do it every day because daily care compounds into lasting health. The same rule applies to every part of your life: your health, your focus, your confidence, your mindset. When you repeat small actions long enough, they stop being something you do. They become who you are. Chapter 3. Building Momentum. Momentum is magic. Once you start moving, the hardest part is already behind you. starting. The key is to begin before you feel ready, because action creates emotion. Movement builds motivation. I remember waking up one morning feeling completely unmotivated. No drive, no energy. I told myself, just do 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes of reading, 5 minutes of writing, 5 minutes of movement. And something shifted. That tiny start built momentum. 5 minutes became 20. 20 became an hour. By the end of the day, I had done more than I planned to do. That's the compound effect in action. Small steps multiplying into massive progress. Here's the truth. You don't need to see the entire staircase. You just need to take the next step. When you take one small step every day, you don't just move closer to your goals, you build trust in yourself. You start believing, I'm someone who keeps promises to myself. And that belief, that's unstoppable. Chapter 4. The boring middle. Let's be real. The middle is the hardest part. When you've been showing up but results are slow. When you're consistent but nothing seems to change. That's when most people quit. But listen to me. The boring middle is where champions are made. Anyone can start strong, but the ones who finish strong are the ones who keep going when it's not exciting anymore. You see, mastery is built in the moments of repetition. When you show up tired, when you show up unmotivated, when you show up anyway. It's like sharpening a blade. Every small stroke seems pointless until one day it cuts through everything with ease. Your persistence is shaping you. Even when you don't see results, your actions are carving discipline into your identity. And discipline, not motivation, is what transforms dreams into results. Motivation will get you started. Discipline will keep you going. So next time it feels slow, remember, it's not supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be worth it.
Chapter 5. The Transformation Through Time. Let me tell you a story. There was once a stonecutter. Every day he would hammer at a huge rock, again and again, but nothing happened. He hit it once, twice, 100 times, still nothing. And then, one day, on the 101st strike, the rock split in two. Now, was it the last strike that broke it? No. It was every single one before it. That's how small habits work. You don't see the change every day, but one day, something breaks, and suddenly, you're not the same person anymore. You wake up earlier, you think differently, you feel stronger, you act with more confidence. That's when you realize it wasn't one giant leap that changed you. It was every small step that built the foundation for that leap. Transformation isn't sudden, it's earned through patience, faith, and repetition. And when you look back, you'll see how far you've come, and you'll realize the real success wasn't in reaching the goal, it was in becoming the kind of person who could. Chapter 6. The Call to Grow. So, if you take anything from this talk, let it be this. It's not about doing more. It's about doing small things that matter every day. Because greatness isn't built in one day. It's built day by day. Every small act of discipline, every tiny habit, every quiet victory, they're stacking up, shaping your future self. Maybe today, all you can do is one small thing. Do it. Do it with intention. Do it like it matters, because it does. 5 minutes of reading. 10 minutes of walking, a single act of gratitude, a quiet moment of reflection. That's how you build a life of power, peace, and purpose. And one day, you'll look back and realize you've become the kind of person others admire, not because you got lucky, but because you showed up every single day. So keep going, keep building, Keep believing in the compound effect of effort. Because when you stay consistent, the results may not come fast, but they will come forever. Remember, small habits, big results, massive transformation. This is your time to start. Not tomorrow, not next week, now. Because the smallest step in the right direction can become the biggest step of your life if you just keep taking it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be persistent. And if you ever doubt your progress, look back, not at how far you have to go, but at how far you've already come. Because the power of small habits isn't in what they do for you once, it's in what they make of you over time. So start small, stay consistent, and let the compound effect of your daily actions create the life you dream of. Remember, it's the small things you do every day that make you unstoppable.